Google Gemini just released a bunch of brand new updates. They just released their 3.1 Flash model. They launched a brand new change to Nano Banana 2 that actually makes it create even better images and so much more. And by the end of this video, you're going to know about all these changes. And the best part about all of them is today, they're all free. Now, update number one is that Google has finally released Google Gemini 3.1 Flash. Now, if we come over here on regular Gemini to the model selector, we're going to see that this just shows fast right now. And if we come under Pro, it shows 3.1 Pro. So in order to actually access this right now, you need to come over to Google AI Studio. You want to come over into Playground right here. And what this is going to allow you to do is actually access this. Because if we click right here, and then we click on /chat, and then we click on Explore All Models, we'll be able to see that we could come over here. We're going to click on All, and we are now going to be able to find 3.1 Flash. And we could see right here that this is exactly where this is. Gemini 3.1 Flash-lite preview. If you click on this, this will allow you to actually access this from this chat right here. And if we come over to the right-hand side, you could see that you could give it system instructions. You could change the temperature on it. You could change the media resolution. You could change the thinking level, and it has minimal, low, medium, and high. In addition to that, if we come over here, we could see that we could add in structured outputs, code execution, function calling, grounding with Google search, URL context, and if we come into advanced settings right here, you could see all those here. Now, the reason that this is so powerful is because of this chart right here. So if we come over here, we're going to compare Gemini 3.1 Flash-lite to Gemini 2.5 Flash. This also compares it to all the other models. So we have Grok here, we have Claude, we have GPT Mini right here. So we could see that this is almost the cheapest of all the models besides Gemini 2.5 Flash-lite. We could see that the input price, very cheap, the output price, very cheap. This is by far one of the fastest models. It scored great on humanity's last exam, on all of these different tests. And the greatest part about this is that this brings the power of Gemini 3 with the speed of a Flash model and delivers it right here. What does that mean? That if you are running apps or anything like that, I would strongly recommend that you upgrade them to this, because this is going to be not only the fastest model, but the most cost-effective model for you to be running things on. In fact, I'm going to run right after this video and upgrade all my apps to this model. And as a reminder, if you wanted to compare this model to any other Gemini models, you could come over here, click on Compare Model up here, and this allows you to grab whatever other model you want, and then you could put a prompt in here, and you could compare the two models against each other, and if you wanted to add another one, you could come over here and add another. Now, the next update that I wanted to show you is also actually going to be in Google AI Studio. So if we come back over to Home and we come over to Chat and we click on this right here and come over here into Images, you are going to see Nano Banana 2 inside of here. And we could see that in order to actually access this, you do need to link an API key right here. But Nano Banana 2 just got a massive upgrade. You're going to see on the right-hand side right here that we could select between two different output formats. We could do image and text, or just image only if we don't want it to add any text, but that's not actually what I'm talking about. If we come down here, you could see that you could select the output ratio, and they added in a ton more aspect ratios. In addition to that, you could change the resolution right here. I would always suggest doing 4K, although it will take a little bit longer for the image to actually be created. In addition to that, we could change the thinking level right here between minimal and high. If it's a more complex image, I would definitely go with high. But the really important thing is this new image search right here. If you turn this on, what this will actually do is this is going to go ahead and this is going to search on Google, and it's going to find the image of whatever you are actually trying to create. And this right here essentially breaks down exactly how this works. So to show this in action, we built an app example called Window Seat that uses Nano Banana 2's knowledge in web image search. So essentially what this does is if the app is confused on how to actually build something, it is going to go through and it is going to create enhanced visuals using images from web search. So basically, if it says, hey, how do I create a window seat on an airplane? It will go look that up, and then it will reference that in order to actually create what it creates for you. And this is a massive upgrade because none of the other image tools are doing this. And what this does is actually allows it to build better images faster. Now, the next change that I wanted to show you is actually an upgrade that you could get to Gemini. And you could use this with Gemini, with ChatGPT, with Claude, it doesn't matter what it is. And what I'm talking about is the My Prompt Buddy prompt optimizer right here. I would strongly suggest that you begin using this Chrome extension right here because it allows you to actually add in all of your different shortcuts. If there are prompts that you use over and over again, you can now quickly grab them. We could X out of this and we could paste them in here. So we have these prompts very accessible. In addition to that, if we come over to Prompt Optimizer right here, you'll be able to see that you could choose what kind of prompt you're creating between a standard prompt, reasoning prompt, maybe you're making a video or an image, and this allows you to put in your current prompt, which is going to be the basic one, put in your ideal output, click on Optimize Prompt, and this is going to make you a way better prompt because at the end of the day, the quality of the image, the video, the research that you're getting, and the answers that you're getting from Gemini rely on your prompt. And as we can see right here, the prompts that this outputs are a lot more than our original prompt. So we could see our original prompt right here is just a futuristic Ford GT that's based on the 2020 model. This is going to be an image prompt right here. Look at this prompt that it gives us. It is way more specific. It has the different influence, the framing, the atmosphere, the technical details, and it also adds in a negative prompt, which is incredibly important because that makes sure that the model doesn't give you things that you don't want. Now, if you want to get started with My Prompt Buddy today, I would strongly suggest that you go to the pinned comment below because you can get started with it today for free. This tool is going to completely revolutionize the prompts that you use and the responses that you get whether you're interacting with Gemini or any other LLM. Now, the next update that we need to discuss is actually going to be the NotebookLM, everybody's favorite. So now, if we come over to NotebookLM, and let's say that we were operating inside of this Great Depression right here, you're now going to see that if we come into infographics, you can now choose between a bunch of different visual styles for the infographic that you're going to be creating. We could see auto select right here. We could see sketchnote. We could see kawaii. We could see professional, scientific, anime, clay, editorial, instructional, bento grid, or bricks right here, and then we can actually go through and describe what we want to create. For example, I'm going to choose instructional right here. Level of detail, we're going to click on standard right here. We could see we have concise, standard, and detailed. And then we could describe what we actually want to create. I'm actually going to click on concise right here. We're going to click generate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same exact thing again. We're going to come over to instructional. I'm going to click on detailed. I'm not giving it any other advice other than that. And I want to actually compare these two so that you guys get a live example of what the difference is, whether you're using concise or you're using detailed when it comes to these infographics. And again, you can now choose between all of these different visual styles, which is really the biggest upgrade. Okay, so now we can actually see that both of these were created right here. And this right here is going to be the concise one. So we could see that this is super concise, it's super colorful, and this looks awesome. Now, if we wanted to compare this to one that is going to be super detailed, we could come over here and look at this. And this one is way more complicated. I put way more on here. I personally think the concise one is better if you're going to be sharing it on social media or sharing it with somebody, because the real test of intelligence is like how quickly you could talk about something or how concise you can make something, but you might want to include the detailed also. But again, this now allows you to go through and choose between these different styles, be able to create these things really quickly, which is awesome. And it literally combines 70 sources in order to create these. Now, the next change I wanted to show you is actually going to be to Google Stitch right here. If you don't know what Stitch is, this is where you could come in and you can actually design things. For example, you could design UI layouts, you could design apps, you could design websites, you could design pretty much whatever you want by coming over here and just describing what you want to design, put an app, put in web, and it will actually go through and do it. The new change that they have is, let's say that we come over here and we designed this, we have this web layout right here, and we want to change things. Now we could come over here, click on modify, click on edit, and we could literally come in here and edit anything that we want directly inside of here, which is a massive change because this makes it way easier for us to go through and just change things with AI really quickly by just putting it over here, describing the change that we want to make, and boom, this allows us to get much more specific. In addition to that, as we could see, if we come over here to export this, we could export this directly into AI Studio, copy it to clipboard, put it in an MCP. We could get this literally built out right now. We could come over here and we could preview this in a new tab with a QR code on mobile, tablet, desktop, top. Again, I just showed you this. Modify, you could use edit, annotate, or design systems, or if we come over here, you could see that we could actually generate different variations, a predictive heat map. We could regenerate this, and this right here completely changes design because this is free, and this literally turns anybody into a professional app designer or website designer so that you can then use that on the tools that you're vibe coding and make them look 100 times more professional. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I would strongly suggest check out this video right here that walks you through a brand new autonomous AI system that you could use to automate your work. If that sounds interesting, well, check it out right here.